Kailasa. It is ultimately Swamiji is the only hope for humanity. Now, in this segment, let us see what is this ship through which we can sail out of this pandemic. Joining us in this session, we have Manitya Pranapriyananda and Manitya Chidananda Swami, the administrators of the Adi Kailaya Sarvajna Peetham, which Swamiji has opened up, where he has opened up his own home for everyone, all the people, all humans, whether you are just to save your life, just so that you are not going to lose your life due to this COVID-19. Swamiji has opened up the Adi Kailasa. The Adi Kailasa Sarvajna Peetham is open for everyone to, you can just come and live here completely free of cost. So so everyone can, like, if you want to become part of this, you can just sign up at kailasa.org/Kailasa Care. Now let's enter into the next segment after a short break.
There are some great spiritual sciences unique to Hinduism. Subtle, otherworldly, but definitive sign. Manifesting the cosmic beings in Archavatara, deities in Nijavatara, living incarnations is fasting. Understand? Kriya Pada of Vedas and Agamas elaborately explain the whole science of making the cosmic beings manifest in Archavatara, deities and Nijavatara, living incarnation. Both. During the Bhava Samadhi Darshan, literally those cosmic beings manifest through his body. Just like how they manifest in Archavatara, deity, they manifest in Nijavatara, Pratyakshavatara, and give you all the boons you ask, bless you. You see, each God is an independent intelligence to lead you to enlightenment. Each God is a bridge for you to achieve the Shivatva, the ultimate Shiva consciousness. Krishna is the bridge for you to achieve the Krishna consciousness. But the Shiva consciousness, Krishna consciousness, all consciousness is one and the same. Ultimate consciousness only. So that energy itself completely expresses.
Just like Radhika, when I see my own sweetness in the mirror, I become eager to taste it. I find that the only way to relish this sweetness is through the constitution of Sri Radhika.
Bhava Samadhi Darshan is a window to the infinite expanse of consciousness, allowing us to glimpse the formless in a way that we can understand. It cleanses the karmas of lifetimes. It awakens our biomemory to the space of Paramashiva, the ultimate consciousness, and creates a deep and lasting transformation in us.
If you are interested in enlightenment, we will immediately bring this to you. If you are not interested, we will explain the whole science, inspire you and make you interested in enlightenment time. We need to cater this enlightenment science to the whole world wherever they are. Because enlightenment is the birthright of all human beings. Kailasa is responsible to provide that to all human beings. Kailasa is the totality of the knowledge I received from my gurus and practice manifested in my life, perfected by teaching millions of people from all cultures, time zones, backgrounds, genders, nationality, race, from every creed. So this absolutely perfected knowledge available to you, served to you in your home without even you moving out of your couch, free of cost. What I mean by the word e-Kailasa, listen intensely. Enlightenment ecosystem, literally enlightenment itself, in your own home, wherever you are. If you cannot come to Kailasa, it's okay. Kailasa can come to you. Kailasa coming to you is e-Kailasa. I will revive Hinduism. I am a Hindu revivalist, not by any revolution, but by evolution. And setting model community. Kailasas, enlightenment ecosystems, Sarvanya Pitas all over the world. All powerful cognition, knowledge, only when you live, power manifestation and possibilities manifestation happens. It's a fundamental truth. Hinduism cannot live exclusively as one sampradaya. No. All sampradayas of Hinduism is an ecosystem. So don't keep quiet thinking that if one sampradaya is attacked, only that sampradaya is going to be affected. All of us are ecosystem. I invite all of you to get involved and enjoy Hinduism by the principle of Dharmo Rakshati Rakshitaha. When you protect Dharma, Dharma protects you. You will make the whole planet flourish spiritually. The spiritual prosperity will happen to the whole planet. We all have to coexist together. We get you health. We get you ability to build beautiful relationships in your life. We get you direct spiritual support, and we make sure you become wealthy. We won't stop giving you just good life. We will literally not stop till you live enlightened life. manifesting the state of Paramashiva, space of Paramashiva, powers of Paramashiva, being of Paramashiva. Whole world should become e-Kailashian.
I want the whole world to know Hindus have something great to contribute to the world. We have something great to contribute to the world. Let us do that.
E-Kailasa is proper customized spiritual service helping you to identify your root patterns of suffering. We have perfected the science of helping every individual from every cultural, religious, nationality background. You will have lowest reactionary assumptions, highest awakened response, alive response for life continuously. E-Kailasa is enlightenment ecosystem, literally enlightenment itself in your own home, wherever you are. Proper customized spiritual service helping you to complete with your life negativity, withdrawal from life, self-hatred, self-denial, self-doubt, so much of tiredness, laziness. We can support you aligning your diet, your attitude, your aptitude, your understanding about life. We can help you with everything. If you are interested in enlightenment, we will immediately bring this to you. If you are not interested, we will explain the whole science, inspire you and make you interested in enlightenment time. We need to cater this enlightenment science to the whole world wherever they are, because enlightenment is the birthright of all human beings. Kailasa is responsible to provide that to all human beings. Kailasa is the totality of the knowledge I received from my gurus and practice manifested in my life, perfected by teaching millions of people from all cultures, time zones, backgrounds, genders, nationality, race, from every creed. So this absolutely perfected knowledge available to you, served to you in your home without even you moving out of your couch, free of cost. What I mean by the word e-Kailasa, listen intensely. Enlightenment ecosystem, literally enlightenment itself in your own home, wherever you are. If you cannot come to Kailasa, it's okay. Kailasa can come to you. Kailasa coming to you is E-Kailasa. I will revive Hinduism. I am a Hindu revivalist, not by any revolution, but by evolution. And setting model community. Kailasa, enlightenment ecosystems, Sarvanya Peethas all over the world. All powerful cognition, knowledge, only when you live, power manifestation and possibilities manifestation happens. This is a fundamental truth. Hinduism cannot live exclusively as one sampradaya. No. All sampradayas of Hinduism is an ecosystem. So don't keep quiet thinking that if one sampradaya is attacked, only that sampradaya is going to be affected. All of us are ecosystems. I invite all of you to get involved and enjoy Hinduism by the principle of Dharmo Rakshati Rakshitaha. When you protect Dharma, Dharma protects you. We will make the whole planet flourish spiritually. The spiritual prosperity will happen the whole planet. We all have to coexist together. We get you health. We get you ability to build beautiful relationships in your life. We get you direct spiritual support, and we make sure you become wealthy. We won't stop giving you just good life. We will literally not stop till you live enlightened life. Manifesting the state of Paramashiva, space of Paramashiva, powers of Paramashiva, being of Paramashiva. Whole world should become E-Kailashians.
I want the whole world to know Hindus have something great to contribute to the world. We have something great to contribute to the world. Let us do that.
E-Kailasa is proper customized spiritual service helping you to identify your root patterns of suffering. We have perfected the science of helping every individual from every cultural, religious, nationality background. You will have lowest reactionary assumptions, highest awakened response, alive response for life continuously. E-Kailasa is enlightenment ecosystem, literally enlightenment itself in your own home, wherever you are. Proper customized spiritual service helping you to complete with your life negativity, withdrawal from life, self-hatred, self-denial, self-doubt, so much of tiredness, laziness. We can support you, aligning your diet, your attitude, your aptitude, your understanding about life. We can help you with everything.
Okay.
Nithyananda. Welcome back. And now we'll be going into the explanation of the what, why, how of the Kailasa's multi-layered quarantine opportunity for India during COVID-19. The Revelations to the World by Devi Parashakti, 12th May 2021. Devi herself revealed, India is the biggest spiritual land where enlightened beings happen again and again, flower as enlightened beings, and benefit the entire world. We cannot afford to lose only Bharatam. We cannot lose the enlightenment womb. In order to save the cosmos from the cosmic deluge, I built a ship called the Adi Kailasa. In order to protect humanity from the cosmic deluge, I gathered together all the spiritual energy of the cosmos and built the ship called Kailasa. Due to the cunning strategy of the treacherous people and the ruling of the enemies, the captain of the ship itself had to leave the ship. Now, let all come and take a good bath, get protected, and get healed, and get all the benefits. Make use of the ship which I built out of huge grace and compassion, and protect yourselves from the huge, cosmic, deluding, destructive dance. For India, I made ship as protection. The Nityananda Navapashana Lingam in Vaidyasarovar. Go to Adi Kailasa. Crores of people will come there looking for health, Navapashana, water feast and medicine to get health and protection and enlightenment. For all of them, give Anadhan to protect India from the great destruction I, Parashakti, made this huge ship. Even if captain is not there, ship is there. Yet again, Devi further revealed, on 23rd May, at least 6 months back, I became aware that multi-layer quarantine is needed to protect people. If you are in India and you want to protect your immediate family or extended family, anyone who will listen to you, get them immediately to our campuses. This is what the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism have invited people all over the world to come to protect yourself from the pandemic by coming to Adi Kailasa.
Now let's look at the stats today.
So the global deaths is around 3.8 million deaths the world has observed because of this pandemic. Just in last 24 hours in India, about 80,000 plus new COVID cases are observed, in which 3,300 people have lost their lives. In Maharashtra, more than 10,000 cases of COVID has been registered, in which 483 deaths the state has seen in last 24 hours. In Karnataka, it's about 7,810 fresh cases were reported, out of which 1,350 cases are from Bangalore urban alone. And now comes the secondary infections like black fungus infections, which has taken away 76 people in last 24 hours, and 562 new cases have been registered so far in Bihar. So these secondary infections are prone mainly because of the people who have recovered from COVID and people who are vaccinated with COVID. They are prone to these secondary infections. And the sad state of affairs is that these secondary infections can cause up to 70% mortality rate. And you can see here clearly the India on Saturday refuted a report which claimed that the country's toll due to COVID could be 5 to 7 times higher than the official number. And these secondary infections have killed over 2,100 people in last 3 weeks, and the cases grew 150% to 31,000 cases. Another issue that the India is facing right now is they're not able to source the drug that can cure these secondary black fungal infections. There is a drug shortage, and because of which people are dying. Doctors at Patna Hospital remove cricket ball sized black fungus from brain of a 60-year-old man. And people who are prone to who are diabetic, they have higher risk for this black fungal infection. COVID-19 directly affects the beta cells of the pancreas, due to which the sugar level of the patients skyrockets. Coronavirus directly damages the beta cells, which causes hyperglycemia. In addition to this, the cytokines storm caused by the COVID-19 and the steroid used for the treatment also contribute to this increased sugar levels. When the first world countries closed their borders during this massive global emergency, it is Kailasa, it is the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Jagat Guru Mahasannidhanam, His Divine Holiness Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivamam, has opened the doors of the Kailasa. He has opened the de facto spiritual embassies of Kailasa to one and all without any condition. Unconditionally, he has opened his doors to ensure that the people are protected, they feel secured during this ongoing pandemic. Before we move to the next segment, let's have a short break. Meanwhile, anybody who is affected by COVID and who wants to feel protected, who wants to take refuge in these Kailasa COVID care centers, please register in kailasa.org/Kailasa Care. And we'll go to the next segment. We'll be right back.
I bless you all. Let you all open all your three eyes. I welcome you all with my love and respect. Let you all open all your three eyes. Om Nityananda Paramashivam. Om Nityananda Paramashivam. Om Nityananda Paramashivam.
Salem Adinam in Tamil Nadu, Tiruvannamalai Adinam in Tamil Nadu, Rajapalayam Adinam in Tamil Nadu,
Pattanam Adinam in Tamil Nadu, Puduvai Adinam in Tamil Nadu, Siragapadi Adinam in Tamil Nadu, Sri Puram Adinam in Hyderabad, Madurai Adinam in Tamil Nadu, Avatti Palayam in Tamil Nadu, Hosur Adinam in Tamil Nadu, Baroda Adinam in Gujarat.
You can see here Kailasa rushing to aid India as India finds itself on the verge of COVID-19 third wave. As Devi Parashakti revealed, the third wave of corona going to come and a huge impact of that going to happen in around September to October. As India is facing the onset of this grave phase of the pandemic, multiple free COVID care centers have been opened by Kailasa across India. Various humanitarian services offered during the pandemic already in Kailasa's various de facto spiritual embassies across India. Spiritual services being offered during this pandemic again across India, and to support every being, cosmic revelations being given by Devi Parashakti and the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism on the global pandemic, on details, forewarning human beings what is going to come, how to handle it, blessing India and the planet with everything that it takes to protect human beings in this from this deadly pandemic. As we said, Adi Kailasa ship being graced by Devi Parashakti as the savior from this global pandemic. Some of the few free humanitarian services being offered during this pandemic in de facto spiritual embassies across India include medical care in the form of allopathy, Ayurveda, Siddha medicine, naturopathy, and to take care of the safety of so many residents and people who come for the COVID care protection, fire safety in ensuring hundreds of fire extinguishers and fire safety equipment placed in all the locations across the campus, infrastructure to accommodate the thousands of people coming in and continue to come in, accommodation and housing in the form of multi-layered quarantine facility so that there is maximum protection for the residents and for the people who come for the COVID care protection. emergency ambulances and literally ICUs on wheels which are totally equipped with all the equipment for handling emergencies and taking care of the patient till the patient is able to get to the hospital, practically ICU on wheels, personal protective medical equipment, immunity boosters, and the preventive, whatever it takes to build the body's immunity to fight any infection, food security management through the food banks, and agriculture in the form of organic farming so that food is available aplenty for the residents and for the people who are going to come to the Adi Kailasa ship. So, if you want to avail of this immense blessing and compassion of Devi Parashakti, please register yourself, join the COVID Care Protection Center. The link given https://kailasa.org/kailasa care with a single A. Please do take a few minutes now to register at this link so that you can make yourself and your family protected from this global pandemic where no other solution is going to work. The only solution that's going to be saving one's life and tiding through this pandemic is by coming to Adi Kailasa and taking the blessings of Devi and the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism in the form of the Adi Kailasa ship.
So before we go to the next segment, we're going to watch a very interesting video where the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism has made this 21 feet Navapashana lingam, which is going to protect and heal the people from corona. Way back in 2008, we're going to watch a very interesting video where you can literally see how the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism is organizing the whole concoction. He's preparing and he's guiding the disciples to make the sacred concoction of Navapashana. So let's watch the video and be back.
நவபாஷாணத்திலே பண்ணி வச்சிட்டாரு. அந்த நவபாஷாணத்தோட 1008 மூலிகைகளையும் சேர்த்து பண்றோம். சேர்த்து சுதாமூர்த்தியா பண்ணி வைக்கிறோம். அப்பா உருண்டையெல்லாம் எடுத்து பாக்கல நல்லா வேகட்டும். உள்ள எடுத்தா உள்ள எடுத்து மேல எடுத்து என்ன ஹீட்டு பத்தியா? அந்த நெருப்பு விட்டு போய் அவளை ஹீட் இருக்காது. இந்த நெருப்பு பயங்கர ஹீட்டா இருக்கணும். காரணம் எரிஞ்சது எரியுது. சாம்பலாக்கணும். அதான் புடம் போடுறதுக்கு. அப்படியே போட்டு போய் இன்னும் எவ்வளோ இருக்கு சாம்பார்? நான் உருண்டை பிடிச்ச பாதி ஆயிடுச்சுல. மொத்தமா எரிச்சு வரும்போது பாத்தீங்கன்னா சும்மா ஒரு இவ்வளவுதான் இருக்கும். புடம் போட்டு பாத்தீங்கன்னா இவ்வளவுதான் இருக்கும். சும்மா ஒரு படிதான் இருக்கும். பருப்பு எத்தனை அதுல முக்கா சாம்பல் இருந்ததுல அதை புடம் புடிச்சிட்டீங்க. இவ்வளவுதான் இருப்பாரு. எல்லா உருண்டையும் அடிக்கிறீங்களா? நாளைக்கு தட்டுல மாற்றி மாற்றி அடுத்து பூத்து வருது பாத்தியா? அந்த சாம்பல் இருக்கு பாரு, அந்த மாதிரி மொத்தமா வேணும். அதுக்கப்புறம் திரும்ப அதை நெய் ஊற்றி இப்ப ஜலிச்சு திரும்ப அதை நெய் ஊற்றி உருண்டை பிடிச்சி எரிக்கணும். கல்விக்கு போறாங்க பண்ணுங்க. என்ன நல்லா பாஷா எடுத்து வந்தீங்கன்னு வீடியோவை பிடிச்சி வச்சுடா, பிடிச்சி வச்சு காமி ஜனங்களுக்கு. நம்ம அலுமினி பாத்திரம் பிடிக்காங்க முடிச்சுட்டு செப்பு பிராஷ் ஏதாவது பாத்திரம் அதில் பிடிங்க. ஆனால் அங்கே சாப்பிட்டு ஜாஸ்தியா அடுத்து பிடிக்கிறதுனா அப்ப நல்லா வேவும். புடம் போட போட சாஃப்ட் பார்ட்டிகிள்ஸ் மாதிரி இருந்தா அப்ப என்ன ஆகும், குழைச்சோம்னா அப்படியே கப்புன்னு சில பிடிச்சிடும். புரியுதா? பண்ணிட முடியும். மெடிசனல் குவாலிட்டி ஜாஸ்தி ஆயிடும். கியூர் ஆக ஆக இதுல சேர்க்கிற மெடிசன் வந்து குணம் கெடாம இருக்கும். சாலிட் பார்ட்டிகிள்ஸ் இருக்கிறது இதுல சேர்க்கிற மெடிசனோட குவாலிட்டி குறைஞ்சிரும்.
மெடிசின் பேஸ் தானே இது. போடாத, உடச்சிடாத. நிறைய பக்கம் கொடுக்குறோம். இதை என்ன நீங்க தெரியும் லட்டாடி பிடிக்கிறீங்க.
And welcome back. Kailasa's Department of Health, we just saw how the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism was actually making the rare combination today actually of which the science is no more even alive. How to make this miraculous mix with the Navapashana as per the science of the spiritual alchemy, along with 1008 Ayurvedic herbs, so that the Shivalinga made out of it is radiating the healing energy in every which way, and the waters which fall on it absorb that healing energy, and when it collects in the Vaidya Sarovar or the pond surrounding it, when one takes a dip in it, one is healed from so many diseases, be it physical, mental, psychological, on all levels. Kailasa's Department of Health is the department which is responsible for ensuring the absolute health, holistic health in physical, mental, spiritual, in all levels. It makes it today to handle the corona pandemic, it is making the traditional kashayams or sacred medicines from the Siddha tradition, which is an ancient science, for all the residents taking refuge from the COVID-19 pandemic in Adi Kailasa's protective, preventive, multi-layered quarantine facility. And how this mix is being made within the campus, where each and every herb being used has been organically grown within the campus itself, adhering to the guidelines laid down by Paramashiva in the Vedas and the Agamas.
The kashayam, the herbal drink, consists of various siddha naturally grown products, including curry leaves, mango leaves, neem leaves, dhruva grass, drumstick leaves, bilva leaves, lemon leaves, night jasmine leaves, tulasi, goa leaves, ponnangani leaves, kiranalli leaves, pomegranate leaves, agati leaves, fig leaves, jaggery, and ginger.
we'll now go over these 17 components which are going into the kashayam. What the properties of each and every herb is. As one can see here, curry leaves, which form a fundamental part of a lot of cooking in traditional Indian cooking as per Bhava Shastra. They have amazing medicinal properties. They help with smooth digestion, clean the stomach and intestines, prevent the growth of cancer cells, increase the growth of hair, increase the red blood cell count, and increase the hemoglobin level. This is the reason why curry leaves are used as spices and as addition in practically every dish that is used in Indian cooking, in Hindu cooking as per the Bhava Shastra.
Mango leaves that stops the vomiting, stops nauseous sensations, stops hiccups, and boosts the immunity. The neem leaves that are used to remove the digestion problems, remove parasites from the stomach, heals skin-related diseases, boosts immunity, it cures chickenpox, it clears all the lung-related problems.
As one can see here, a very important component, especially in the face of the corona, which directly affects the lungs. This precious leaf, the neem leaf, is known to treat all kinds of diseases and ranging from bowel related problems to skin diseases to lung problems. It is one of those magical herbs which, when used, can protect and build the immunity in many ways, as Devi Parashakti also revealed. Just having rice with the neem flower is an amazing solution for removing all the toxins in the body. This was directly revealed by Devi in the Akashic readings. Durva grass, which kills germs, increases immunity, helps with menstrual cycle problems, strengthens the bones, increases longevity, and cures the urine-related problems. One can see here how beautifully in the Hindu tradition and Sanatana Hindu Dharma, each of these herbs is worshipped so that it is ensured that people have consumed these herbs in as a part of their religious daily life itself. The Durva grass is one of the very major components which is used in temple rituals.
The next is drumstick leaves, which helps in maintaining the blood pressure levels and sugar, cures ulcer, and it helps with the menstrual cycle. Bilba leaves that cures fever, removes eye-related problems, prevents infectious diseases, which is what the world needs right now. Next, it removes the chest pain and helps in breathing.
And Adi Kailasa home to some of the rarest bilva trees. The regular bilva leaf, which has three leaves together, as one can see in the picture, and in Adi Kailasa we have the nine uh, leaved bilva, where just like this triplet, you actually have three sets of this triplet, which is called the nine-leaf bilva, and each of those actually growing in the sacred space of Adi Kailasa, literally because of the presence and the energy of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism as he has walked here every inch, and as the air over here itself radiates his energy and presence.
The lemon leaves that removes all the urinary problems, heals skin diseases, removes tooth pains, strengthens the heart, reduces fat. The night jasmine leaves that removes the breathing related problems, cures all the lung and stomach related illnesses, heals fevers, removes worms from the intestine. The guava leaves that helps with the reduction of fat in overweight patients, helps with the digestion problems, maintains sugar levels in blood, stops loose motion, removes ulcer in stomach, heals throat infections, removes mouth ulcers, heals all the teeth related problems, removes foul smelling breath, and prevents cancer. The tulasi leaves that heals the malarial fever, it can remove the kidney stones, it can remove poisonous liquids from the system. So it acts as a best detox. It removes the stomach and mouth ulcers, it removes the foul smelling breath, heals all the teeth related problems, and removes headache. Next, we have this Ponnangani leaf, which can cure all the eye related problems, and it helps with the growth of hair. Next, Kiranali leaves that cures jaundice, removes cold, stops loose motion, and removes teeth pain. Next is the pomegranate leaves that prevents the cancer, cures all heart-related problems, maintains the blood pressure, and cures skin diseases. Agatti leaves that removes the germs from the system, stops running nose, heals wounds, reduces body heat, increases the and removes the skin diseases. Next is the atti leaves, which is the fig tree leaves that maintains the sugar levels, removes the excess cholesterol, removes ulcers, helps with digestion, removes external swellings. Next is the ginger that helps in preventing the vomiting, removes headaches, prevents cancer, removes nauseous sensations, which is also one of the symptoms of COVID-19 second strain, and it helps with the digestion, increases the hair growth. Next, the health benefits. Not just protection from corona, but the regular health issues that they are facing, everything they are seeing a vast change just by having this health drink, medicinal drink for last few days. So if you feel that yes, you want to rejuvenate yourself, not only just protect yourself from corona, but also rejuvenate yourself medically and spiritually, you're welcome to join us in kailasa.org/Kailasa Care. So please sign up in kailasa.org/Kailasa Care to show your intention, show your interest to join us in this COVID Care Protection Center in Adi Kailasa. And the next segment, we're going to have the power manifestation from Ma Advait. So before we get into the next segment, let's have a short break.
Sadguru Vandanam. Nithyanandam Paramasukadam Kevalam Jnanamurtim Dvandvatitam Gaganasadasham Tattamasyadi Lakshyam Ekam Nityam Vimalamachalam Sarvadi Sakshibhutam Bhavatitam Trigunarahitam Sadgurum Tam Namami. Let's go through the disclaimers. Security measures. No photography, video, audio recording. Important cautions. Please be aware of the important cautions. What is power manifestation? Let's hear from Bhagwan himself explaining what is power manifestation.
All the 25 states of consciousness, when they happen in you, due to your chemicals and hormones ups and downs, it is powerlessness. When it happens in you, out of your free will and consciousness, it is powerfulness. That's all. When you fall into sleep, it is powerlessness. When you enter into sleep, it is powerfulness. When you fall into dream, it is powerlessness. When you decide to dream, it is powerfulness. So I have added the ultimate powerfulness, Turiyatita, in your whole being and doing. Manifest all the powers. Understand, power manifestation is nothing but cognitive shift. It is not work. It is cognitive shift. Understand? It is just cognitive shift. It's not work. Work is a 4-letter word. Power manifestation is cognitive shift. Playing with life. Playing with being alive. Static matter, dynamic activity, strategic existence, all these three has no boundary. You are one with it. You are alive in everything. Everything listens to you. Everything decides as you want. Power manifestation is cognitive shift, raising your frequency, not work.
Science of power manifestation. Science of power manifestation is authentic, time-tested, scientific, and foolproof. It is a science because all of us can experience it and all of us can repeatedly experience the powers. The evidence is that it is a science that all of us, each one of us, can experience the power manifestation. The scriptural references, Shastra Pramana, the eternal unchangeable truth revealed in the source scriptures, the Vedas and the Agamas, Apta Pramana, the Rishis, Munis, Ganas, Nayanamas, Alvars, all their experience of manifesting all the powers of Paramashiva, which is authentic, time-tested, scientific and foolproof. The Atma Pramana, account of His Divine Holiness Bhagavan Nityananda Paramasham, this millennium's avatar's personal experience of each power manifestation, Bhagavan's very own Leelas, and which maps to the Apta and the Shastra Pramana. Shakshi Pramana, just like all of us, experiencing of the millions of disciple, devotees, followers all around the world manifesting the powers of Paramashiva. Again and again, Bhagavan beautifully gives the ultimate oneness space for us in Kailash Courtyard 3 times a day for us to manifest all the powers of Paramashiva. This session is repeated 3 times a day. Why? So that at least somebody will be looking for the session and will have a superconscious breakthrough. And Bhagavan is available completely waiting for that one person to have that superconscious breakthrough. And all of us holding that beautiful space of oneness get a glimpse of how the power manifestation happened and how we can experience the auspiciousness, health, wealth and bliss. Pratyaksha Pramana. Pratyaksha Pramana is a scientific study measuring the effect of being in the enlightened state, the thoughtless space. Again, they have measured on Bhagwan, measured on the devotees, measured the balasans. All clearly records there's no thoughts, completely zero thoughts. And completely in the Paramashanta space. They call it deep sleep. And we are alive and active when they are testing us. That beautiful space of bliss is measured in science and proved by science also. Now let's go to the scriptural reference, Shastra Pramana. Bhagavan has beautifully given us the Shiva Sutra. Bhagavan has spoken on Bhagavad Gita, Jain Sutra, and all the sutras in bits and pieces, just a glimpse of it. But when it came to Shiva Sutra, he spoke on each and every sutra completely and told that each one sutra could manifest as a religion, and simply you can become the master of that. The scriptural reference for the breath dimension, power of learning any art just by seeing it once. Bhagavan Paramashiva says in the Shiva Sutra, Sutra 1.19, Shakti Sandhane Sariro Patihi. Bhagavan Paramashiva says, by aiming and fixing on Shakti, self on Shakti, uniting in oneness with the supreme power, the embodiment of that which is cognized and willed, at once manifest as length, breadth, depth, time and space. Beautifully, Bhagavan has said how length is a verbalization, breadth is a visualization, depth is a cognition. When the cognition becomes much more pure, it opens up the time and space into the next reality. It's like the depth is the fire element which makes the water into the vapor. The length is the earth element. Breath is the water element, the flow. The depth is a fire element, the Guru, Arunachala, simply which transforms all the solid into the higher consciousness. The time and space is the air and ether element. Simply we experience the higher consciousness, the space itself as consciousness itself. The Akasha, how we exist as we are just the body. And Chita Akasha, we understand there is another reality which exists. And Mahakasha, Bhagavan says so beautifully, first we think the world happens, we are part of the world. Then we understand that whatever we want as our reality, we can manifest, the Icha Shakti. Then there is much more than that, where we become the oneness and exist as Paramashiva. Here he says, by aiming and fixing the self on Shakti. Again and again, when we are working on the inner space, we are towards everything from the context of inner space, not as casual but intentional, context sensitive. That Paramashiva is my space and I want Paramashiva to manifest even the cup of tea or even the small things that I do. Bhagavan says, I am ready to be there if you call me, even for the smallest things. Living with your space of Paramashiva continuously, that manifests as reality as a higher science. Prahlada, he was continuously holding Vishnu and was in such a oneness space that they poisoned him, they pulled him down the hill, they put him in a pot of snakes, but nothing affected because he saw everything as such a beautiful space of oneness and manifested only nectar and flowers. All this is not a myth or some story and just written as a mythology, but it is real that you and me can experience this reality as we see how Prahlada experienced. If he can experience, and it's so simple as a child, it should be more simple as adult. If a child could do it, Prahlada, Nachiketa, Markandeya, all were under teen age and they all experienced the higher reality. So it has to be something very simple. That is what Bhagavan says. You're already manifesting. Only thing you need to look in and recognize that space of Paramashanta Swarupa. That is what aiming and fixing the self on Shakti. You already know it and you have experienced it, and in your deep sleep, every day you're experiencing unconsciously. and consciously you decide to go in that space, unclutching from the outer world, simply your decision will be manifested as reality. Uniting in oneness with Paramashiva. Again and again, the melting space of Paramashiva. How many stories on Bhakti and that we have learned. The deep gratitude space, the oneness space which flowers from understanding the effort that goes in everything. When we understand what authenticity, some way of expressing, that brings the gratitude. Gratitude just does not flower when there is no authenticity. The authenticity can only flower into the gratitude space. The embodiment of that which is cognized and willed, when you have the persistence, holding on to the ultimate reality that you already know it is true. That is the will persistence. You already know something is true, like the colors, and you hold on to that knowledge of that. That is the cognition and will persistence. That when we continuously hold, I am Paramashiva, Parashakti, and simply my life will be manifested, Paramashiva will manifest, and that is the reality I want. Whatever I think or the knowledge that I have is only limited, but when Paramashiva manifests through me, it is my ultimate oneness space, and it is lead to the immortality, it leads to the auspiciousness, abundance, and ultimately enlightenment. Either we can take this path or take the path of boredom, tiredness, disease, and death. The mind path is very cruel. It's like goes to the Bhuloka and other lower lokas. But when we understand, Bhagavan says the space we are is the loka that we choose. When you are in the win-win situation, you go to Swarga Loka, and it's not somewhere else. It's something other than now it is happening. Even the whatever you perceive, you have to only experience in now. There is no other time other than now. And if you are in the situation of ready to do the contribution in others' life, then you raise to the level of Tapologa and Kailasha. Again and again, Bhagavan gives that all the signs that how we exist. When you give up your identity and more blend with the higher reality, simply you become the Kailasha space, having the eternal bliss and eternal oneness, and become immortal and in Paramashanta Swarupa, eternal bliss and auspiciousness. Let's go to the Apta Pramana. Apta Pramana talks about the Mahabharata Adi Parva, about Ekalavya. How Ekalavya proves his powers and expertise in archery just by simply watching Drona Acharya once at making a clay figure of Drona Acharya, and Ekalavya taught himself and he trained himself alone without anyone's guidance and got to be the better archer than Arjuna. This beautifully shows us how Ekalavya did the hard work, authenticity of learning the science of archery, and he was so dedicated to Dronacharya. When Dronacharya asked for his thumb, which is the most important one finger for shooting the arrow, but he simply didn't have even one thought. He cut it and gave it. He lived in such a beautiful space that he understood how much of effort it takes for Dronacharya to ask even that space. And simply he was able to recognize that and give it. That is why he is known for eternity, how he is ready to be in a simple integrity and simple obedience of a guru, to the ultimate extent of even cutting your thumb. Bhagavan beautifully says how you can live as the ultimate reality constantly is like how you put your foot in a running water. You can never put it twice. Actually, he says you can never put it even once, because the minute you put it, the water is already gone. That is how all these incompletion in your life, when you let it go, it simply manifests as pure space of consciousness for Paramashiva to reside. Bhagavan says how the turbine runs. If you have a water body, you accumulate all the water, and through the pipe you run the water to a wheel which runs the generator, and electricity happens. Now, the same way, when you bring the oneness in your life, instead of 25 things that you worry, and your thoughts are somewhere, your emotion is somewhere, your body is somewhere, all running in different direction. Bhagavan says 25 heads with 25 consciousness happening in different ways. If we put together and be in the oneness with Paramashiva for few seconds, the meditative space, you will see something extraordinary breaking through in your life. All these great signs that Bhagavan is giving again and again for us to manifest the higher signs. Now let's listen to Bhagavan, how he manifested from the age of 3. Ganesha.
You can live and express your biomemory also. You can complete your biomemory also. I'll give you from my own experience. At the age of 3, I think my 3rd birthday, this is the turning point in my life. 3rd birthday, when my father and grandfather, both of them were carrying me to the temple. In villages, they will carry the kid on the shoulder or on the chest. Usually my grandfather will carry me to temple. That day, because my birthday, my father also came. When I say grandfather, my mother's father. My father's father passed away before even my father's marriage. Of course, in India, you get kids usually after marriage. So, I wanted to clarify. Usually it will be. So, even though my grandfather is a great devoted person, he's a miser, he won't spend money. So many times when my grandfather carries me to the temple, I'll show the shops outside temple where they sell small Ganeshas, small deities. I'll show my hand and ask, I want Ganesha, I want Ganesha. But my grandfather will never buy and give. That day my father was also there. My father is not a great devotee kind of a person, but a spendthrift. And the moment I asked, he said, come on, I'll buy and give. He bought it. He will spend left and right. And a lot of spending for pride. See how I treat people, how I keep people. That pride spending, a lot of pride spending. So he bought it and gave me the Ganesha. I literally started living with that Ganesha. That means morning when I wake up, I'll wake him up. And then when I brush the teeth, I'll brush his teeth also. You can see the deity is still there. His whole tusk, everything is gone. Because I had a small brush. In those days, if you buy the Colgate paste, they will give you a free toothbrush along with that paste. And if it is a child toothbrush, they will give 2. It will be only this size, 2 brush. So when you get 2 brush, 1 for me and 1 for Ganesha. And I also used to think it's a big tusk, so I have to clean. When I brush the teeth, I'll brush his teeth also. When I wash myself, I'll wash him. When I take bath, I'll give him bath. After that, when I put on the clothes, I'll put him clothes. When I sit and eat, I'll also feed him. Means giving Nivedya. No school those days, so there's no routine. But I'll go around and play with him, with the Ganesha. I'll make a small chariot for him and put him and drive him around, and then I'll do some Abhishekam, I'll do some Alankaram. Whole day I'll be playing with him. You can see the deity. Whole day I'll be literally playing with him. He became part of me. Please understand. He is no more a stone for me. He is a life for me. If your child is playing with Barbie doll, then you will understand what I am saying. For a child, that Barbie doll is a member of the family. He is not that she is not toy or doll away from her life, just alive, family member. Same way, this Ganesha was part of me, continuously taking care, feeling. This Ganesha has become my cognition, part of my cognition. Please understand, he has become part of my cognition.
So beautiful how Bhagavan experienced Ganesha as part of his cognition, and how actually playing with all these deities, sculpt yourself into that beautiful space. Not only the outer space, inner space, the outer space also. If you see the Dakshina Murti, Bhagavan has sculpted by himself in Bidadi, exactly it replicates how his lips, eyes, nose, everything is. It's as though it is sculpted perfect and so beautiful. That is because the deities that Bhagavan plays with as a child, Bhagavan says, when the child plays with all these deities, they become in oneness with all the gods and goddesses. That is why Gurukulam, it is not based on the what syllabus, what curriculum, what child-centric or teacher-centric, but it is based on temple-centric. The deities, you become the deity itself. How you experience the oneness with deities constantly, and suddenly you realize, hey, I am one of them also. I recognize the divine space in me. We are not humans experiencing the divine, but Bhagavan says we are the divine living as humans to manifest all the reality. And understanding this very concept, that how we exist, the shift in our cognition will happen to make us understand the higher reality. Now, for the power of breath dimension, here the Dr. Peter from LA has beautifully explained that he experienced the oneness and simply learnt Malakamba, the art of climbing on a pole and doing the yoga poses, just like that, by seeing just once, and his body just aligned and manifested as reality. Now we'll go to the guidance for manifesting the powers of breath dimension. How we are going to manifest. You can take some books and which has pictures, see it once and you can draw those pictures, or you can take sculpting a deity sculpture and see it once and put it away and start sculpting in a mold. You can have a clay mold or food material mold, atta, the wheat flour, which you can make as a clay and use it, or any flour that you can make it, or you can have the mudra, yoga, any of that, just one glance of that, or you can play some music and stop it, and then only once hearing the music, you have to play it in the instrument that you have, without you being an expert in the instrument. Just to download, to learn that science of our manifestation is not for us to learn something, but how we can tap the consciousness, which is abundance, which is as powerful, more powerful than the nuclear energy, which radiates as thousands of sun. For us to experience that very space, Bhagavan is teaching us through all these small things. So we can have the picture, or we can have the sculpture or the yoga poses or music in front of you and see it only once. After that, only in the meditation, in your third eye, when you're chanting the Mahavakya, verify it authentically that you have manifested the powers of Paramashiva. Now let's go to the instruction. Instruction to sit straight with the head, neck and spine in a straight line for you to bring the Kundalini awareness to your third eye. Chant the Mahavakya intensely unclutching from anything that you know as your experience. Even if you have a spiritual experience, unclutch from that, Bhagavan says, to make it the ultimate experience of power manifestation as manifesting as reality. If you have a spiritual experience in physical world, you should see the difference happening. Difference in your way you exist. The difference in the auspiciousness and abundance happening in your life. Everything really depends on how you perceive this world. How we perceive this world, from what context we perceive. If the context other than Paramashiva, you don't have any other context, then you are in the Paramashanta Swarupa and simply you want to manifest your reality. But when you're stuck with boredom, anger, frustration, irritation or fear, you are continuously cherishing those as your reality. So for few minutes, keep those in your guest place, a room, different room, and tell very clearly you are unclutched from that. You are going to only clutch to Bhagavan's lotus feet, Paramashiva's space, and simply chant the Mahavakya intensely from your navel center. When you're chanting again and again from your navel center, you start experiencing the higher reality because you become that yourself, merging into Paramashiva space, sitting as with 25 heads and 75 eyes and 50 hands. You are in the ultimate space of oneness with Paramashiva, just entangling with the quantum space of Bhagavan. Manifesting our reality is the ultimate gift. If he asks us to do 100 times, I am so happy to be in the space of oneness with Paramashiva. That very context, holding that as your priority of your life. Again and again, even if you're taking bath or studying for an exam or going out for a walk or making financial decision, holding this as your cognition. Will I function properly? You will function better than you don't know. Much better when you call Paramashiva as your guidance and as your only thought current. You will be manifesting the ultimate reality, because now you're saying, Paramashiva, you have to manifest. You told me I have to be in oneness and you have to manifest. Continuously holding inside and doing the actions outside meticulously simply will break open us into the higher reality. The authenticity will simply possess us and manifest all the powers of Paramashiva. Now let's take few minutes. We are going to sit straight and continuously chant the Mahavakya in the deep meditation. Hold the oneness space, and whatever Bhagavan downloads into you, just note it down or do the sculpting or play the song or the mudra or the yoga, whichever line you are comfortable. Pick up that and start manifesting as breath dimension. Just by one glimpse, you should be able to grasp the whole thing. And after the end of this first cycle, you can verify, and then we'll go to the second cycle. You can try different art forms also. Let's start chanting the Mahavakya intensely.
Let Paramashiva's third eye manifest in all our third eyes. Let the Amrita pour, let the Vani open up, manifest in all of us. Let Paramashiva overflow, manifest the powers in all our third eyes. Om Nityananda Paramashivam. 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 Om Paramashivam. Om Nityananda Paramashivam. Om Nityananda Paramashivam. Om Nityananda Paramashivam. Om Nityananda Paramashivam. Let Paramashiva's third eye manifest in all our third eyes. Let the Amrita pour, let the Vani open up, manifest in all of us. Let Paramashivam overflow, manifest the powers in all our third eyes. Om Nityananda Paramashivam. 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 Let Paramashiva's third eye manifest in all our third eyes. Let the Amrita pour, let the Vani open up. Om Nityananda Paramashivam. Om Nityananda Paramashivam. Om Nityananda Paramashivam. Om Nityananda Paramashivam. Let Paramashiva's third eye manifest in all our third eyes. Let the Amrita pore, let the Varni open up, manifest in all of us. Let Paramashiva overflow, manifest the powers in all our third eyes. Om Nityananda Paramashivam. Om Nityananda Paramashivam. Om Nityananda Paramashivam.
So beautiful. All these experiences of deep meditation that we are having is a prasada from Bhagavan for each one of us to manifest our reality. The Parashakti Darshan, the Kalabhairava Darshan, the Venkateshwara Darshan, all these entanglement, our brain starts entangling in the quantum space. And more we start getting engrossed in this space. Our reality shifts into more of the oneness, pure Shanta Swarupa space. Again and again, holding that highest bliss starts the eternal nectar in you as the highest reality. Yes, these are possibility as humans we can experience. That is the reason why he has come down. The main reason for each one of us to have a superconscious breakthrough in our reality and have the highest space of oneness, manifesting our reality as we want, commanding over future, the whole thing happening as at our will. All these are how we exist in the quantum space. And even now, the science is proving how we can get beyond the gut bacteria, detox our body with the neem or haritaki or castor oil. Continuously, we can have the superconscious breakthrough of reflecting the consciousness in our brain. Even if we are made of 100 trillion cells, our gut has 10 times more than that. And we are run by the gut bacteria and viruses and parasites. If it is probacteria, it helps us to absorb the nutrients and manifest our life. But if it is not, it keeps constantly throwing us into tantrums and all kinds of confusion, chaos, putting us into depression and boredom and tiredness. If we have to look into anything and do in that space, we get bored because of these bacteria which is constantly running a riot on us. The very nature of us is to manifest all the powers. The very nature of us is to experience the oneness with Paramashiva. But forgetting that we are running behind these parasites, thinking that is something to do with us. Nothing to do with us. That is why Nirahara Samyama, the Pachapatni or fasting few times a week, simply raises our frequency to understand that our space is Paramashanta Swarupa and we are much more intelligent being than run by the parasites. We are manifestors and all that we can manifest, Paramashiva simply downloads in all of us in the deep gratitude and earning space that becomes our reality. Now, whatever we have experienced as part of the breath dimension, the powers of just learning at any art form and just seeing it once, the breath dimension, whatever you have manifested, authentically hold that video or photograph that you have taken to share with the world at the end of the session. We'll have few more minutes of the second cycle, the deep meditative space, the oneness space, continuously chanting the Mahavakya, holding the oneness and being in the blissful space, remembering Parashakti, her gesture, her compassion, her beautiful smile, her playing with all these weapons that she has around her and simply blessing people, taking the karma out, initiating people, all the giving the powerful cognition and giving remedies, all that she's showering continuously. That very space of Devi, Hold that cognitions and that powerful space. Bhagavan beautifully said, you give me your I and mine, and I will give you my I and my mind, that you can experience as oneness. Simply your heart flowers when you hear this word and fall into the oneness space. Hold this as your powerful cognition for few minutes and only have the visualization, verbalization of Devi. Everything else unclutch. Do not think or do not have any thought current. Completely drop it. You do it when you're in the deep sleep every single day. So you can do it even now. It's your choice. And you can simply be in the oneness space of Paramashiva. Hold that space for a few minutes and chant the Mahavakya. By chanting the Mahavakya, you go into the thoughtless space and your frequency raises so beautifully. Let's entangle with Bhagavan. Start chanting the Mahavakya. Experience the breath dimension. We'll have one more cycle. Any of the art form, see it once and download through your third eye and see if it matches exactly the same. Let's experience the oneness with Paramashiva and chant the Mahavakya.
Nityananda Paramashivam. 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 Let Paramashiva's third eye manifest in all our third eyes. Let the Amrita pour, let the Vani open up, manifest in all of us. Let Paramashiva overflow, manifest the powers in all our third eyes. Om Nityananda Paramashivam. 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 नित्यानंद परमशिवोऽहम् ॐ 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 नित्यानंद परमशिवोऽहम् Let Paramashiva's third eye manifest in all our third eyes. Let the Amrita pour, let the Om Nityananda Paramashivam 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 Let Paramashiva's third eye manifest in all our third eyes. Let the Amrita pour, let the Varni open up, manifest in all of us. Let Paramashiva overflow, manifest the power in all our third eyes. Om Nityananda Paramashivam 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 Om Nityananda Paramashivam
So beautiful. Authentically verify that there is no external additional ways of manifesting only through no external help. It's not karaoke or any other help to manifest this power. It is very authentic that you have recorded or your experience that whatever you have, you are just few hundreds of them manifesting these powers every day. Now sharing to the 8 billion of them and raising their consciousness also reflects in your consciousness. Again and again, Bhagavan asks you to share because to expand into the superconscious space. And if you see a dollar sign at the end of the chat, in YouTube, you can just click on that and offer your currency, 1 unit of your currency, for in gratitude to Bhagwan, to Kailasha. Again and again, we request you not for anything else, but it is just to make you expand in your space of Kailasha. Whenever you go to temple, we offer a coin in the hundi. In every temple, in the entrance, there's a hundi. First, we thank somebody. How we greet somebody new, we thank them, and then when they come inside, and then take care of the guest. Same way, the guest offers something when they bring inside. The very nature of us to contribute to something which expands us and our space of what we believe in. The Paramashiva space that you are in becomes the reality when you more and more contribute in terms of sharing with people your cognition, thanking people of how you experience the ultimate science, and contributing in terms of anything that you offer at Bhagwan's lotus feet simply expands your cognition. Let's offer the powerful cognition and power manifestation at Bhagwan's lotus feet and continuously ask Bhagwan in deep gratitude, thanking Bhagwan for overflowing joy, love, and all this compassion, and making us into a superconscious being, the Paramashiva space that all of us experience today in the meditation, in the beautiful power manifestation. Let's thank Bhagwan deeply and ask Bhagwan to make this as our reality, surrendering all the powerful cognition and power manifestation, whatever we understand, to Bhagwan's lotus feet. Whenever you surrender anything and ask Bhagwan to expand you more, simply he is waiting for you to expand into more superconscious space. So thank each one of you here also to be here to listen to the great truth from Bhagwan and manifest Bhagwan himself as your reality. The prasada from all his darshan is Kailash Kotiyan manifesting past space, simply experiencing the oneness with Paramashiva. With that gratitude, let's end this session with the Purna Mantra. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purna Purnamudashyate Purnasya Purnamataya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Tat Sat Sarvam Bhagavate Sri Nityananda Paramashivam Padukarpanamastu. Om Nityanandam. Thank you so much. See you again after the next satsang, next darshan, and we'll have the Kailash Kotiyan manifesting past session. Nityanandam.